Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. After the Lord gives Moses instructions in connection to the construction of the tabernacle, he then gives him instructions in connection to the priestly garments. And in chapter 28 and verse 2, he says, "You shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother for glory and for beauty." And then the same thing is said for his sons in verse 40. "For Aaron's sons you shall make tunics, and you shall also make sashes for them, and you shall make caps for them for glory and for beauty." It's very clear that the Lord not only wanted a beautiful tabernacle, but also he wanted his priests to be clothed in a very beautiful way, in a very glorious way. And as you go through and you read the description of the garments that they would wear, certainly you could see that these garments would be for beauty and for glory. But as we think about this as New Testament believers, we have to recognize, of course, that we now are the priests of God. We are now, as 1 Peter chapter 2 describes us, we are a royal priesthood, a holy priesthood. In Revelation chapter 1, we're called a kingdom of priests. Everyone who is in connection to Christ and believers in Christ are priests. We are priests just as much as the sons of Aaron were priests. And yet we have glorious garments as well, not necessarily made of fabric and made of the various types of materials that the garments for Aaron and his sons were made out of, but we are actually clothed with something better, and that will even bring us greater beauty and glory, and that is we are clothed with Christ. In Galatians chapter 3, we're told that as many of us as have been baptized into Christ have been clothed with Christ. In other words, those of us who are in connection to Christ through faith, those of us who have been baptized into Christ, are actually clothed with Christ. And that's a better garment than merely blue, purple, scarlet, and gold material. We actually are clothed with Christ himself. And the more and more that we live into that, and the more and more we express that in our day-to-day living, the more and more glory, the more and more beauty will be made manifest. And so it's important for us to not hide these garments. You might be wearing beautiful garments, but you could also cover them over with other things and try to hide those garments. We need to really allow the fact that we are clothed with Christ, that we've been placed into Christ, and therefore that ought to change our outward activity, our outward expression, and we need to let that shine and not be like a lamp that is covered, but to let our light shine, to let the life of Christ flow through us for glory and for beauty, not just so that we can look good, but so that we can glorify him. And all the glory and beauty should go to him. And so today, let's let the glory of Christ shine in our lives. Let's let the fact that we have been clothed with Christ show forth in our day-to-day living, in the way that we speak, in the way that we act, in the decisions that we make. Let's always bring glory and beauty to the Lord through expressing the Lord in everything that we do. And hopefully our reading today will encourage us to do that very thing. And with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.